Well, we knew this day would come eventually. Captain America Brave New World is a Captain America film without Captain America, starring Hulk characters without the Hulk, or should I say the dickless Hulk, because somehow Disney and Marvel can't get the rights back from Universal. This film has been reshot over 3 times, has an insane $400 million budget, and whose star thinks Captain America, well, shouldn't represent America.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of the.
Directed by a man who has 2 other credits to his name that are legitimate films, and is a sequel to BLM the show that no one watched, where the terrorist bad guys didn't identify as terrorists, and has Falcon yelling at some guy for misgendering them.
You've got to do better, Senator.
Which followed a decision made by Marvel to give Falcon, who was its own character, the Captain America shield instead of Bucky, who absolutely deserved it, and was actually in the comics at one point. This would have been Marvel's worst decision, but where would we be without this?
He almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never got a heat. No!
Marvel has now taken Falcon, his own character, and a damn good one, and made him Black Captain America for no other reason than to get the boxes checked. This isn't the first time either. They did the same with Miles Morales. Instead of giving him his own identity, he's just Black Spider-Man. Spider-Verse movies excluded, of course, those are amazing. It's an absolute crime to give Falcon Steve Rogers' old hand-me-downs and slap Captain America on the title. And also, he has no powers. He's just a guy in a suit. So essentially, he's also Black Iron Man. Oh wait, we have one of those already. Hell, even Disney Marvel themselves doesn't have confidence in this. Instead, they're trying to push on Thunderbolts, which honestly doesn't look any better.
Pretty ludicrous coming from the dime store Captain America.
I'll have you know I was actually the official Captain America, so...
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
John Walker did nothing wrong, by the way. So, join the Doctor as we review Black Falcon, Captain African American, Brave New Trainwreck. The joke is, I actually liked the new Falcon. He was fun to watch and his friendship with Sam was very believable. I also liked the Ross subplot of wanting to reconnect with his daughter, but the payoff to the setup is non-existent and I'll get into that later. That's it. This film tries its damnedest to make you believe that Sam Wilson is Captain America, even bringing in Bucky to try and hammer the fact home. But literally, every time they said Captain America, I had to remind myself they weren't talking about Steve. Steve Rogers is Captain America, that's just it. Sam Wilson is just a guy with a magical bullshit suit that does whatever the plot requires. He gets stabbed twice and he keeps fighting, but no, he had vibranium Kevlar, so also when he fights Red Hulk at the end, he only has like a few bruises. And don't you think for 1 second telling me the suit protected him. Iron Man needed to build a special suit to fight the real Hulk and still barely won because he got torn apart so many times. But Sam's just fine, because vibranium? Also, they need to reiterate he won't take the serum. Why? It amplifies the good in you. Captain America took it and amplified his pure heart, while doing the opposite for the Red Skull in the first Captain America movie. Sam is a good person, why wouldn't he take the serum? Oh wait, because they're still trying to convince you that Falcon is essentially Captain America now. He's not taking the serum because he's black. Essentially, that is the point of the TV show. Or, also, they finally addressed the Celestial in the middle of the ocean, 4 years after the fact. This film is trying so hard to be Winter Soldier and is a total and editing mess. Maybe because they had to reshoot it 3 fucking times and get the Falcon and Winter Soldier messaging out of it, and it shows because the film is Frankenstein together with bits and pieces. Example, all of Sidewinder scenes. The reshoots are obvious and it's clear he was just dropped in at the 11th hour. He doesn't even do anything other than exposition on the real main villain, the leader, but we'll get to him. Speaking of exposition, there's way too much. The whole prologue is recapping the Incredible Hulk because Marvel knows that if anyone watched it, it's been like 20 years. Another thing about the reshoots is that clearly Ross was supposed to be yet another Trump allegory. The assassination attempt didn't age well, little boys. However, events transpired, so they couldn't anymore. Also, Red Hulk is treated as a plot twist, but he was in every single piece of marketing. As his old character is clearly trying to reiterate the racial themes of Falcon and Winter Soldier. However, they needed to dial it back and not lecture. Then there's Sabra, who is essentially Captain Israel in the comics, but again, can't have her in a costume for obvious reasons. Which is weird because she had an outfit near the middle of the film underneath the jacket, but never showed it. There are also some subtle intersectional elements in here, like the fact this 5'0", 70-pound lady can beat up 200-pound guys with ease and is somehow head of security for the President of the United States, which would have made sense if they follow the comics, where she is in fact a mutant with super strength. But no, she's just another Black Widow, which is no excuse. And once again dragging down Natasha, who's supposed to be the best of them all. How does Sam just get into a super secret nuclear bunker of the President? He literally just walks in. The shield is pointless because his wings are vibranium and he doesn't need it. The Celestial fight sequence would have worked if this was just a Falcon TV show, but it's not. It's a Captain America movie. Something, again, I shouldn't have to be reminding myself of. Despite me liking Ross's subplot with Betty, the payoff is non-existent because Betty doesn't come in to get him to transform back from the Red Hulk. Instead, Sam just says, hey, I can see you're trying to do better. You're alright. And it works. How is it fair that Sam has Iron Iron Man's still vibranium tech while the other Falcon just has a shitty, like, stock tech? How does this make Sam Captain America? He's just higher tech Falcon with a discount Falcon at his sidekick. They mention the Avengers several times, but they don't exist. Who are they at this point? Spider-Man? No one remembers him. Doctor Strange? He costed cousin and went off with Charlize Theron. Wanda? She's dead. Hulk? He had his balls cut off. Thor? He's a joke. Hawkeye? Retired. Shang-Chi? Give me a break. The leader is a terrible villain. First of all, just look at this. It sucks that the fan image looks better. Secondly, he's supposed to be this amazingly intelligent person, but doesn't once think to use his mind control tech on Sam or other Falcon. And don't give me that he needs the medical records. If he can access Ross's stuff, he can absolutely access Sam's. He then proceeds to goad Japan into war, which works. What? Did the Japanese not learn the lesson from last time? It took way too long to handle 2 planes shooting missiles in the Soul Secrets. The whole motivation of the leader is that he wants to ruin Ross's career by making him turn into the Red Hulk, because Ross scapegoated him for what happened in the Incredible Hulk, remember? Well, neither do I. Anyway, Ross exploited him and he's upset. His design is garbage. It's literally human broccoli rather than having a big head. Making a headpiece with makeup is not hard. Or were they worried about the reception because of a certain other big-headed person?
Darren is dead! There is only Monarch!
Leader has an awful motivation. His first scene is exposition and he gets taken out so easily. The fact you can now make a Hulk with few appeals is ridiculous. Yeah, just add gamma radiation over time. No, everyone in the White House should be dead. The credit scene sucks. It's just Leader saying, hey, there's a multiverse out there, so, be ready. On to the roles. The general audience will only recognize 6 actors and half of them are cameos. Anthony Mackie is only trying in some scenes. I guess reshoots got to him after a while. This is overall his worst performance as Falcon. Harrison Ford is the same, clearly trying in some scenes, and I'm sure he was thrilled about having to come back and get it again. He's at this point in his career where he needs money, so accepts anything. Giancarlo Esposito is wasted and obviously added scenes, of which there are 3, and he just plays the same character he has as Gus Fring. He even speaks Spanish. Tim Blake Nelson is the only one who's doing any good, but the writing drags it the hell down. And Sebastian Stan and Liv Tyler are literally just cameos. Bucky shows up halfway to reassure Sam, and Betty is at the end to visit Ross in prison. Danny Ramirez is the only actor I like somewhat. He looks like he had fun. Shira Haas is completely miscast as Sabra. Yes, I know there's tragic real-life reasons why she looks like this, but that doesn't mean she needs to play this role. I'm more upset at the casting directors. The biggest sin is that they imply that Sam is better than Steve. That's what Bucky's whole cameo was about. The serum stops you from being able to emulate Steve. What? No, it doesn't! In the first Avenger, Dr. Erskine said it matters what's in the heart, not what's on the outside, and it brings out more of you. Steve was Captain America before the serum because he was pure of heart, even when he was small. He still said, I can do this all day, and he jumped on a grenade. Never at any point did Captain America think he shouldn't be Captain America. But that's all it is. Insecurity by Sam, despite everyone in the universe just calling out constantly that he is Captain America. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Steve is everything Captain America stands for. What on earth does Sam stand for? Think about it. Tell me what Sam stands for. Captain America is not a mantle. It's a man. Steve Rogers. Every time the comics try and pass the torch, they always end up circling back because you cannot beat the original. Some examples, Clark Kent will always be Superman. Optimus Prime will always be the leader of the Autobots. Peter Parker will always be Spider-Man. And until Marvel learns that lesson, they will continue to sink. Oh, and no, I don't think Fantastic Four will save the MCU. It just has a better chance of being good like Deadpool and Wolverine. So, until the pestilence strikes, I am the Plague Doctor.